giving up 40 in the first quarter was a real killer in this game. The rest of the way we did quite a few good things, but that put us up against it, and we're going to have to do a better job at the beginning of the game, really, particularly defensively, and when we're able to get more stops, more good things will happen offensively as well.
Anybody in the room have any questions?
You still had 7 guys in double figures, and you were right in there at the end.
Well, I mean, there's 270 points scored. I mean, there's going to be guys in double figures, I mean, but we've just got to, I don't know, if you look at the history of this league and the number of times a team gives up 139 points, but the number of times they win is going to be less than 1%, And this team is, they're underrated with their roster and their depth, and their young guys getting better. And Batum had a spectacular game, and he really, he was really the major difference in the game. But all their guys played well. We had a lot of guys play well too, but again, the first quarter was the killer.
Pat Boylan, go ahead.
Rick, you guys were able to get a couple steals in the backcourt early. Just in regard to that first quarter defense, did you view intensity as the issue, or were there other challenges?
I got to look at it. They hit us with pick and rolls that were a problem. There were second chance opportunities that were a problem. We're starting smaller than we have been with this group today, and so it's all stuff that I got to look at the film. I can't give you. I don't have that good a recall to give you a blow by blow as to exactly what happened early, but it's 139 is too much, and 40 in the first quarter, is just we can do better than that.
Tony East.
Rick Goga had a career high in this game. What did you see from him that allowed him to be so effective compared to how he's played in the past?
I thought he was terrific, and when we were struggling in the first quarter, he went in with the group with O'Shea. I think Lance went in, and those guys gave us a spark and a lift. Just about everybody off of our bench was a positive tonight. I mean, O'Shea was a -1, which in a game like this, is looks pretty good, But Goga did a lot of good things. He rebounds the ball. He has a really good feel for the game. When you're playing against teams that like to muck it up with a lot of switching and junk, he navigates that well because he moves well within it. He passes well. He screens well, and he has the skill to finish. Over smaller guys on the inside. He knocked in a 3. He did many good things. So I was happy for him, and he's kept himself ready.
Scott Agnes.
Rick, between 36 free throw attempts and 18 made threes, what was your concern with the defense? Where was the issues there?
All of the above, I would have to say. I mean, I don't. And again, I got to look at it. What happened early? My recollection is that they hit a couple of shots that weren't particularly easy shots, but we gave too much in second chance in the first 2 quarters, and that's just it's so hard to defend a second possession. So that's stuff that we can do a better job with. I mean, we out rebounded them, which is good. We had 30 assists to their 32, which is fine. The free throw disparity, and the number of threes, and really Batum was the guy that was the real difference maker in the game. Him going 7 for 10 from 3. That's 21 points just off 3-point shots, and he was 11 for 16 in the game. He was tremendous. He was just great.
And then what did you see as the breakdown in terms of that? You guys were down just 30 seconds left, and Reggie slips through for an easy layup.
Yeah, again, I've got to look at that. I believe it was a miscommunication on a switch, and that's those kinds of situations. if your communication isn't on point, you can end up with something ugly like that. And we were fortunate that they didn't call an and one on that play. But that was, I've got to look at to find out for sure, but I'm pretty sure that it was just a miscommunication on a switch. Somebody thought somebody was staying with him, and it didn't happen, and then he ended up turning the corner and put the ball in the basket. So, not good, and that's situational basketball, and we'll have to correct that.
Last question with Pat.
Down 17 points early in the fourth is obviously not where you want to be, but you have 43 points in the quarter offensively. What to you enabled the ability to spark the comeback, at least have a chance late in this game?
I just thought we caught a group that got some mojo going. We were able to get some stops. We weren't getting that many. I mean, they had 35 in that quarter themselves, but we outscored them by 8, and we gave ourselves a chance. Which is great. The overriding concern is that our tendency to on occasion fall behind early and then have to slug our way back. It's just very difficult to dig out of a big hole. And we were down, 15 or 16 in the first half, or maybe it was even 19, and did many good things to give ourselves a fighting chance at the end. But you come way out here in the West Coast. It's awfully difficult unless you can do a better job of playing even and hopefully playing in front from early in the game.
Karis, you guys dug yourselves into a little bit of a hole there in the first quarter. One, you were almost able to dig your way out of it, the second and the fourth. But what did you see as the primary issues in those first 12 minutes?
I think the first 12 minutes they got loose for a couple threes. I think that was the theme throughout the whole game. They were getting in the paint from the pick and roll. We were overhelping. They were getting a lot of catch and shoot threes. Nicholas Batum, a lot of catch and shoot threes, and we never really made the adjustment as a team. So, once guys in this league get hot, it's tough.
Tony East, go ahead.
Karis, that starting lineup you guys played tonight had never played together before today at all. I mean, it seemed like it made sense on paper as unit. How do you feel like you guys did? And do you feel like that was a cause for any of the defensive troubles that you'd never played with those guys before?
We don't want to blame it on that. We're around each other enough. We practiced yesterday, so we just got to come together and just play better as a unit. I feel like at times tonight we played well. We made the adjustments, but it just as a whole, especially to start the game and then start the third quarter, we just had too many lapses defensively.
Pat Boylan, go ahead.
It seemed like you specifically were really attack-minded as the game wore on. How key do you think that was to starting to mount a comeback and seeing how much success you guys had offensively kind of with that style? Is that something you can take into the next game against the Lakers?
I think so. I know for myself, I try to stay aggressive despite the score, despite the situation. That's kind of my role. So we found some success in it. Chris played extremely well too. So hopefully he can, carry that on. Coming back from COVID, I think he's finally getting his footing back. So that'll be good for us down the stretch.
Chris, I know frustrating to come in a loss. This was your best game in quite some time. What enabled you to have so much success here tonight? Not just scoring, but your overall game.
Well, just letting the game come to me, we did a lot of good things out there. We played fast. We moved the ball well in the stretch, and we made a good run. So, that all helped. So, yeah, and just playing hard.
Scott?
Yeah, Chris, kind of to a similar point, is it with COVID and the birth of your daughter kind of behind you, are you able to kind of play with maybe a freer mind while also kind of getting back to feeling a little bit better after all the fatigue?
I mean, it's not easy. I was out for how many days? 7 days because of COVID, and then I missed 2 games. After that, getting in shape, and then my daughter, you know, was born, and I took a couple days off, you know. Now I'm just trying to get back to it, you know. So it's not easy. It's not easy, but you know I'm happy for everything that happens to me.
Pat?
Chris, you guys dug yourselves in a bit of a hole there in the first quarter. What are the keys to you guys having better defensive intensity and more success on the defensive end early in games?
Well, we just gotta keep our intensity. We did it in the second half. I think we came back. In the third quarter, we came back and no, in the second half we came back and we did a good job. You know, we just gotta keep doing that the whole game. And then fourth quarter, we did the same thing. So we just gotta keep doing that. You know, staying together and keep fighting, keep playing hard.
Wheat?
Yeah, Chris, with Miles out today, you had Goga playing in the second unit with you, and he had a career high. What do you like about playing with Goga?
Well, I think Goga was very patient. You know, he took advantage of the opportunity that was given to him. He did a really, really good job. He was moving, finding himself open, and we did a good job by giving him the ball, and he took advantage of that. So, you know, good for him, and he's a great player. He's gonna keep getting better and take advantage of the opportunity.
Tony?
Chris, it felt like at times tonight from you there was more of an emphasis of getting all the way to the rim on your drives. Is that something you've been told to work on, or you've been working on with the coaching staff more often?
Yeah, I've been working on that. I've been trying to limit the mid-range shot. Coach called it jail. You know, I've been working on that, trying not to do that, and just getting to the rim. You know, using my athleticism and my length, and yeah, I've been working on that.